and then you're talking to важные истории, important stories, actually found those people who like Ukrainian basically defense what is it, security service said that they've basically identified people who most likely were responsible for this basically for firing these rockets, right? Rocket, I think it was one. So let's talk about this morons before we talk about the victims of these morons. 51 years old, 35 years old, said that when was contacted by stories, important stories, that he doesn't know what happened then in Dnipro, that he's been out of army for 3 years and he doesn't know anything, which I would call fucking bullshit on that, most likely. Then another cunt, this one, atrocious piece of shit, absolutely despicable. I mean, it is written on his face that he is a despicable piece of shit, but 44 years old, saying like, who's Crimea? I think Crimea is always Russia, and blah blah blah, about when the journalist was asking, so like, do you know anything about the Dnipro? I wanted to ask you about that, and he said like, why are you asking that? Like, Russian journalists don't ask these questions. Journalists just in general don't ask questions. Can you imagine how brain dead this cunt is, that he doesn't understand what journalists do and what real journalists do? And then he basically switched his mode to become very defensive and aggressive. And that switched from, because in Russian language there are two versions how to say you. It is polite version of you. German language has that as well, which is вы, and ты, which is like a basically when you know a person already, or when you disrespect a person who you don't know, you would say ты. And so when he started basically with polite stuff, when journalists kind of pressed him on the issue, he said that Crimea is ours, everything is ours. Ukraine is not even a fucking country, it's a region and will be region in Russia, not even like, it's not even going to be divided into regions, that Ukraine obviously right now has various regions, right? It's going to be just one region. This is all like written right here. Obviously, I'm just translating it to English basically. And then he basically, what do you want from me, you, in like this disrespectful you, and then basically hang up. So I just want you to see the faces of these pieces of shit, and if you're just listening this on YouTube, there's going to be full version of it. And 37 years old piece of shit. I don't want to even pronounce the name. I just want to for their faces to be in YouTube video. 41, things like that, and a couple of them decided to basically didn't even pick up the phone and whatnot. So these are the pieces of shit